Good morning. Good morning. I'm sitting here in the dark. Yeah, I am. I'm sitting here in the dark with my only light being the harsh light coming through this window, which only lights up this side of me. And I'm doing that because today we're talking about lighting. Yeah. Good morning, Pam. Good morning. Good morning, Letty. Good morning. Good morning. Cindy's here. Good morning, Cindy. Pam, you go ahead and get that stitched and let me know how it goes. Because you know I'm here for you. All right. So yeah, I'm sitting here in the dark. Um and it's kind of hard. Normally, normally Doug, did you pop in? Did I miss you? Oh, good. Oh, Danny's here. Danny, Danny, are you also on the Nerd in Facebook? Because I know you're on Discord. And Diane, good morning. So where? Who are we missing? Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta stop scrolling. I gotta stop scrolling. We gotta get to this. Okay, so lighting. Um, normally, good morning, Barb. Normally, I have my overhead light on. Um, in the last couple of years, I have changed out all the light fixtures to LED fixtures, and because I have a situation where I have an issue with I I don't get enough light in the wintertime. I don't remember what the acronym stands for. It's SADS. Um, God, and it happens to me every year. Sorry about that. Well, anyway, so I have I have I know. Catch up with myself. I have replaced all the inside lighting with LED lights, and I have made sure that they have at least 6,000 Kelvin. Kelvin is just a unit of measure with lighting, and 6,000 Kelvin is daylight, um, which helps with your vitamin D production. Okay, so normally you see me with my overhead light, and it does a great job because it's overhead and it comes down and it hits all the space in my room. But because today we're talking about lighting, I thought I'd sit here in the dark. Now I'm going to pop up my other screen, and I want to show you there is lighting. If you're wanting, whether you're wanting to do live streaming or content creation, whether you want to sit in front of the camera or just display uh, the area that you're working, the project that you're sharing, there is all kinds of lighting. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I am going to show you some different lights. Now, I've popped up the lights that I'm going to show you specifically um, from Amazon, just because it's pretty common and you can see them, and um, then you can get an idea of what we're doing with lighting. So the first light I want to show you is a ring light. Now, we've all heard of those ring lights. Those are the lights that Letty, I can help you with that. She wants to figure out how to do an overhead camera and how to mount them on a slanted ceiling. we'll have to talk. Um, so yeah, this first one is a ring light. Now we've all seen those ring lights that can connect to your camera so that it's a ring right in front of your face. And actually, oh, that would be, she wants to put it on a track system. Where'd you go? She wants to put it on a track system so that she can move it around to the various machine locations. That's an amazing idea. Okay, so the ring lights, they're usually kind of small. They sit um, behind your camera or mount with your camera, or they mount over your display. And again, a round light, so it's going to give you light all over. And now, my ring light is sitting up here behind my monitor. It's not sitting right in front of me, so it may not give the best demonstration. But here we go. This is my ring light. Now, this isn't too bad. I like a warmer light. That is the one thing that I'm not overly thrilled with my overhead light, is that it's kind of glaring. It's a white light. But I like a warmer light, which means I like this one. What do we got here, Barb? Menards, Lowe's, Home Depots have track lights where you can move the light. That's wonderful. Doug. Good morning, Doug. Doug does not care for ring lights. He used to do studio headshots and portraits, and the worst lighting type of lighting for the faces. Yeah, but I have to admit, I do like this one for the warm feature. Now, I think I've already got that increased. Let's see. I can take it down so it's not so bright. But you can see, because I still have the curtain open over here, I'm still getting a lot of light on this side of me, which leaves this side of my face in a darker presentation. Let's see. Pam, my ring light does not illuminate like that. It also does not allow my phone to go in the center. What ring light do you have? Maybe my mistake is getting a cheap ring light. Oh, listen, Pam, these are all cheap ring lights. The thing that I like about them, some of them just have different features, so that's what you need to look for. This one, not only can I increase the lighting, but I can change it from warm to just a white light, which is very bright. So, it's just a matter of finding the lighting that you want. Yeah, I don't spend a lot of money on my lights. But again, this one, I still have the side lighting from the window. So this one is not offsetting that. So we're going to turn this one off, go back to the dark. We're going to the dark. All right. This ring light is a 10-inch ring light. This one I did not purchase specifically for this purpose. I purchased it to do over shots of projects on the table. It has a tripod. It also has an attachment for the camera, but it allows, not a tripod, it's a swing arm. It connects to the table and it swings over and will focus down. I use that primarily for product display pictures. But, ring lights are very popular for your face. Okay, so the next set of lights that I have, again, these are all LED lights. Oh, wait. Evidently I have, this was just to show you that there's all kinds of lights out there available. This is the ring light. Only mine has a swing arm. I have enough tripods. Mine has a swing arm, but it's a 10-inch light, and it will hold the camera, and it will change colors. Um, so that's the ring light. The next one I'm going to show you is lighting that will on each side of me. So we have this one. Oh, that's bright. And this one. But you see, now it gives me light from both sides. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, Pam. Here's the ring light. All right, now this one is actually a 12-inch light. They did not have the 10-inch light anymore. I have no clue why. But, you know, what's another 2 inches? So let's go back to these LED lights. Cindy, I did watch that. Stitch It International, their Stitch Nation broadcast. The brand is called Daylight. If you do a Google search for Daylight Lighting or Daylight brand lights, it should pop up for you. But these, again, I have one over here. I guess you need to see me. I have one over here and one over here. I can position them. I can increase the lighting on one side or the other. By increase over here, it will help offset some of the lighting in my from my window. But you see, I don't have any light coming down. So now the top of my head is shadowed. All right, so that's not going to help. Again, just different lights everywhere. They are nice, but in this situation, they need to be up higher so that they reflect down more. I guess we should talk about why this lighting is important. When you're doing live streaming, people want to see. We all know that a video presentation on the computer is not going to give you all the detail, the visual that you see live and in person. So to help offset that, you want to put in as much light as possible, but it needs to be good lighting. LEDs are good lighting, and it's just the different functions and features of the light that can dictate the cost. For example, this set, it has all these filters. It has a the tripod is extendable. It's a much better tripod than some of the tripods I've gotten. So it may well be worth the $35, but you have to look and see everything that it does for you. And like I said, it needs to be up higher and directed down to whatever it is you're trying to illuminate. So now, remember I said that I don't use the lighting so much anymore because I have my overhead light. But this next one, we're going to turn these two off. Oh, I said off. Evidently, I hit the wrong button. You know, I've got all kinds of off and on switches here. Okay, so this next one I like. You ready? And this one is actually clipped to the monitor, and it allows me to move it up and down. And then it also has functions to change the type of lighting. Remember I said I like a more warm light versus the cooler bright light, which would be good for product display. And then again, it has a function where you can increase or decrease the amount of light. Yeah, this one does a pretty good job. It does not offset the window light so much, but it does give a good projection, and it does. Um, yeah, I really do like a warm light. My face tends to be a little ruddier, and the warm light just, helps eliminate some of the redness that you can see. So, I know that's kind of a short presentation, isn't it? So lighting. Now, Letty, you had talked about setting up some track lighting so you can move it around to your different machines. And Barb, yes. Lighting will depend on your skin tone. It can affect the way you look. Some people with a bright white light look really washed out. They look really pale, which is one of the reasons why I try to have some contrasting color behind me, because that light's it's going to reflect back there, and it's just all part of your environment. So Letty, is it in your plans to start doing short videos on your production? I know people would be excited to see that. And what about the rest of you? Anybody else have any idea about what they want to do with lighting? And while we're at it, I'm going to step away. Oh, Pam. Okay, Pam has just started a YouTube channel. She's been using her cell phone. Is that good to do, or do I need to use a camera? It depends on the quality of your cell phone. For example, because I use my cell phone to take pictures of my stitch outs, when I went looking for a cell phone, yes, I wanted all the phone bits. I wanted to be able to make a call and have voicemail and everything that the phone does. And yes, it's a smartphone, so I have internet access. But the reason I purchased the phone that I purchased is because it has, by review, by third-party review, the best camera system in the phone. And I use a Samsung brand phone. Now I know that there are a lot of iPhones out there, and their cameras are good too, right? But I specifically looked for a phone that had what is considered the best camera system in a cell phone. If your phone is giving you a good quality picture, a good quality video, you're fine. You don't have to buy a separate camera. Depending on where you're doing your setting up your video work, your streaming work, your cell phone is just fine. You could, again, get a nice webcam, but again, it's not necessary. I am going to take a moment because this light is blinding me. I'm going to take a moment and step away. Take a look at my wall here. Be right back. Just want to turn on my overhead light so that I can come back and turn off this light. So you see, I like my overhead light. One of the things that I learned early on is that people will forgive. Oh, Barb, hold on. We're going to step back for a moment. Winter, summer tones are usually cool skin. Auburn and spring tones are usually warm. Yep, that's exactly true. Pam says she has a Motorola now, but husband is suggesting that I get an iPhone 17. If you want an iPhone, wonderful. If you're looking for camera quality, um, look at Samsung, look at iPhone, and Google Pixel. I believe it has a good camera quality. I decided to go with the Samsung, like I said, because it has better lenses. But you also want to make sure that it's going to have the features you want. Barb, 100 years ago, there was a whole trend where you went and had your colors done. Did you do that? I did. I'm in autumn. Let's see. Danny says, just trying to catch up on comments here. Started thinking about videos because I had a lady, a new hobby embroiderer, ask me all about embroidery, and I'm going to make a file for her. Kind of exciting and new for me. Oh yeah, I love working with new people. I love sharing our knowledge, which is why we're here. There's more on this. And she was asking if I was teaching or anything. I used to teach how to use a Baradin machine for a purse company, and I loved it. I hadn't thought about it again until she asked. You know, that'll we get in trouble with that, don't we? Starts feeling like a real digitizer. Yep. So, going back to what I was saying, your viewers will forgive some distortion in your video. Maybe not a lot. Maybe they'll be okay with a little darker, a little shadowing. But the one thing that they will not, Russell is listening. Hi, Russell. The one thing that they will not forgive is bad audio. If they can't hear what you're saying, if it's garbled, if your internet is sketchy, if your microphone is not good, that is all going to affect the quality of your recording. And of course, and then people have a tendency to tune out. For me, that means having a good webcam. Now, all of my LED lights are very inexpensive compared to some of the stuff that you can get. But my webcam is premium. And I didn't do that for the video quality. I did that for the audio quality. Okay. Do we have any other questions? Do we have any other thoughts we want to share? Pam, I'm going to go look for your YouTube channel. I am. Dan, I would be excited to see. I'd be excited to see something that you put together. You guys all know how to get a hold of me. Share. Let's see. Where are we? Pam, I didn't think about getting a wireless webcam. I'm wondering if that will give me quality I need. My sewing studio is somewhat small, which is why I was thinking of the lighting. You may not know, but because I've tucked myself back in this corner, this whole room is very small, but it works. My concern with a wireless webcam. If you have any internet issue at all, if your internet service is on the lower end of the spectrum, you may not be able to support video recording. You may not be able to support the extra lighting, your camera, if it's all wireless. Your router may not be able to support that. And that's something that you really need to consider. I personally did not want to risk that my internet, that my router would not support a lot of wireless product. So each one of these is actually plugged in. Let me see if I can. I use, oh my gosh, this is such a wired mess. I use just a little hub, right? All the lights are plugged in here. I did unplug one already, but these are all USB cables for the lighting. Little hub that I plug into one power piece. And that hub, again with the lighting, it powers the lights. So keep that in mind when you're talking about wireless. Let me see if we can catch up again. What Cindy said, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. It's nice to know nice people, and I'm very thankful. Well, thank you, Dan. We kind of like you too. One last note before we go. I have been thinking about the class, the digitizing class. Oh, I had posted in Facebook the other day about a client that I did a pop-up event, which was really good. I know I've mentioned that it was happening here in Coffee and Conversation. It went really well. I was really happy with the production, with how it went. I took a machine, set up a table. People were coming by to get hats. Now, this one gentleman, it was the end of the day. He said, I can't stay for the hat, and I can't pick it up tomorrow. I have special breakfast plans, but catch up with me next week. And I did, and he didn't reply, and I did, and he didn't reply, and I did, and he didn't reply. So that hat is now sitting on my waiting forever shelf. Yeah, you're right, Letty. The hubs can be a lifesaver, especially when you need to add all of those things into your laptop and you have limited connections. I know. I have a tower computer now instead of a laptop, and it still has limited connections. So I have a 12 plug hub for the big computer, and then this little hub I take with my little computers. Let's see. So anyways, going back to the hat. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Pam has another question. Let's get that. One last question. If I use the back of my phone camera, can someone recommend a selfie mirror so I can see what is being recorded? So, you're using the back cameras, right? Which are actually the higher quality cameras of your phone system. But would you not be able to see what's being recorded on the face of your phone? Just a thought. Just a thought. Okay, so I want to talk about the digitizing class. Yes, I'm still working on that. I've got a real good handle on Teams. I'm going to do a video recording how to use Teams. I have Oh, I see what you're saying. She's Pam's saying that when she's recording and she's recording her face using the back of her phone, obviously she can't see what's recording on the other side. I would think any mirror that you have in front of you will work. Is facing away from her. Yep, that's exactly what she's saying, Letty. So, and even this morning, I was almost late this morning because I am putting together a syllabus. 3 sets of 3 classes, start, middle, advance. A total of 6 weeks for each set. So yeah, it's in the works, people. I have not forgotten. Took me a little bit to figure out Teams, but I got that. I think I got that. So with that, oh, good question, Dan. I wonder if you could use a selfie stick tripod and then use some sort of clip-on tripod with a mirror. That just might work. I know you said you've got a small space, but it's worth checking out, Pam. You're welcome, Dan. All right. Okay, people, I think we need to end it now. Let me know if there's anything you want for next week, and we'll work it out. Yes, Cindy, with the classes, if you feel that you have enough knowledge regarding the beginning classes, you can actually skip those, wait, and then pick up the second set of classes or the third set of classes. Though I'm going to tell you, if you've never digitized, you're not going to want to miss those first 3 classes. And I'm still working on pricing, but I want to make it affordable for everybody. I don't want, I don't want $300 classes. That's not me. So, okay. If you got any ideas, send them to me. We'll see you all next week. I'm going to work on those classes. I'm going to find my video and say goodbye. Bye. Fun? Do you have more questions? Do you want to learn something new? Join me at quicktostitch.com for coffee and conversation, and we'll talk about it. Embroidery machines, designs, and business. Hope to see you soon. Bye now.